And this is why I love cyberpunk. It's fascinating. It's a mix between psychology and future tech, which is not outside the realms of possibility. Welcome back to Offering Productions. My name is Chris, and today again we're playing Read Only Memories. If you missed last episode, we got points with Jess. That's really the most important thing that happened. Like, you remember Jess? You know, crazy cat girl who just is kind of hating on everybody, including me? Yeah. We're okay. And that's all that matters. Oh, we also stole a car, you know, got some passports, got some money to, you know, talk to find out what happened to Hayden. But really, we Jess, that's it. Hey Vincent.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
I did.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Everything seems to be in order.
You looked at it for like 5 seconds.
Here. This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon.
Awesome.
Until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back.
Hold on. What amendment?
Here.
What amendment?
It's my Parallax employee badge.
Okay.
It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed. You'll want to use that sooner rather than later. I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country.
You have fun. What did Melody ask you?
The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays. I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy.
Okay. All right. I am sitting down, and yeah, let's go.
Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue.
Okay.
At least that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public?
Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay. What is it?
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence.
Okay, I heard those words, and all of a sudden I got the chill down my spine. I know a little bit about distributed intelligence. However, they're gonna explain it far better than I ever could. Hopefully.
Okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile. They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics.
Okay.
As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying.
True. It's generally what a lot of cyberpunk games kind of end up becoming. Oh, this super advanced AI. If you remember iRobot, the giant thingy was pretty much Big Blue. In Terminator, the Skynet was Big Blue. Google is like 3 steps below Big Blue. It's just, it's just how it is.
It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing.
Excuse me?
It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart.
Oh, god damn it.
Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modify to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
Every VR drama, every time you log onto the net, every time you control the weather with make it snow. Every time you order a drink, every time you pay something, every time you do something illegal, every time your car moves somewhere, every time anything, this Big Blue would know. Okay. So we obviously have to go through all of these now. Why would Parallax be worried enough to get rid of Hayden? Okay. How did Parallax know about Turing? How would Big Blue impact Parallax's business? Thanks. Okay. What I really want to know is, did they know?
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time.
Okay, yeah.
He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road.
True, and remember, Hayden was going to basically announce Turing in the next coming weeks. You know, a bottom-up AI, a learning robot, which is very super. Like you can buy them you can pick them up off the shelves, and kind of run with them, and basically create humans. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
Okay. Yes, but it's a bit more complicated than that, because with or without you, Hayden was not going to have free reign in living much longer.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
Maybe.
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together.
Well, look, you have more pieces than I do, so even just knowing a theory is far better than what I got.
Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing.
Yes, very certain.
His findings,
pick that up.
as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence.
True. Remember, again, we're getting on the point where, like, Turing is a stock ROM. He's basically it is feasible to kind of be able to pick him up off the shelf and then just kind of basically build a human. Well, think about what I just said. You can pick something off the shelf, purchase it, and then you would have a human, because that's what Turing is. Turing is a human, for all intents and purposes. He's a learning processing machine with the bottom up AI. You know, so it's weird.
I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI.
Stephen Hawking.
Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on.
Anybody who's watched Terminator?
The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so.
There's a long road and a long story with anything involving legislators. Let's just keep it out of this game for now. I'm gonna keep it out of whatever. Let's just continue on.
Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react.
Before legislation could catch up. Before it becomes illegal for them to do as much.
Before any counter movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous.
Yes, a self-learning AI with the processing power of the entire internet. Internet from the future, mind you. That is self-replicating and self-learning and self-controlling.
Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused. I can't really give you a good answer to that.
No, it's weird, because everything we know about Big Blue is just kind of a why.
I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself.
Why would... Okay, so that brings up one thing. If Big Blue, the super advanced, super smart, super intelligent, super learning AI, were to start taking control of everything in Parallax, let's be completely honest. Parallax as a company would just grow exorbitantly because they would know everything. And without the ramifications of, emotions and like, hey, maybe I shouldn't push this guy over, so I can pick up an extra 0.2501, of a penny, those start adding up. But who stands to learn? Who stands to gain from this? Big Blue in particular.
And there are shadier applications for it.
Oh yeah, no, there totally is.
I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants?
Oh, fuck. This is the connection. This is the goddamn connection that happened last time. That happened in the previous route we went. Somebody, something was altering articles for, against, and in a neutral sense of different issues. It was making some worse. It was making some more harder, some more left, some more right, some more moderate. It was changing things, and the only real connection we got is a VR connected headset owned by the Flower Corporation. If Big Blue, it would control the entire internet. It is possible that Small Blue is able to control a portion of Neo SF.
The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services.
Which is the meshnet, by the way.
That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking Big to do it. It's scary stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is why I love cyberpunk. It's fascinating. It's a mix between psychology and future tech, which is not outside the realms of possibility. Some people like horror. I like brains.
They scrapped the prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
Baby Blue is a lot better than my Little Blue.
What do you mean? It started doing what?
Manipulating the mesh. They made its self-preservation imperatives too strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI. When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it. And that must have been a year or so ago.
A year or so ago is not that long.
They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing, but it can self-modify. Given a good enough reason, it might decide to find a way around those limitations.
Which I believe it already has.
Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
Let's take a pause. Let's take a break here for a second, because I know once I press this, something's gonna happen. So we've talked about Big Blue. We've talked about Baby Blue, which I called Little Blue. And we've talked about the connection for the articles within the meshnet being altered, and thus leading to the death of 4 people. There's still one thing that really eludes me, though. If we go back in time, and we go and watch the deaths of the 4 people, or the 3 people that we saw, a car running over somebody, okay, it's controlled by Parallax because they control the meshnet. They control the cars. Then we have the other guy who we found in his apartment. It wasn't really shown how he died, but he was connected to the mesh. He was still updating, and his robot, also connected to Parallax, was busted to all hell. Not busted in the way of like broken, but busted in the way that it was almost at its reset value. We asked a question, and if it didn't know the answer, repeated in a loop, like it overloaded itself, and then it just stopped. And then we have the first person who got thrown out the window. Nobody in the room, no bots, no nothing that could do it. But it is possible that she had something connected to the meshnet, a neural translator, an eye thing, or whatever. Alter that enough with what we learned with the VR drama stuff from Ramona. The first time you do it, it's almost like a high. But she probably jumped out the window. It's likely that something happened within her brain, within the meshnet, with Big Baby Blue, whatever, forced her to jump out the window. But the last thing, and the thing that really, really confuses me, why am I still alive? If we connect all the dots, everything's being watched. Well, a portion of things are being watched. Turing gains a lot of his information from the mesh. When we went to Hayden's apartment, somebody, something, whatever, knocked us out. Why not kill us then and there? It's the same question we've been asking for like 5-6 episodes. Why are we alive? Why are we still alive? Well, Vincent, thank you. And let's see what happens.
Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes.
I would expect so.
We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no.
Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
Is it Turing, is she? Turing, are you a male? What are you? I always thought Turing is a he. Really, I just go by the name. Turing just sounds more masculine than anything. But why'd you call her she?
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace.
Yeah.
She was very insistent on things like that.
Which is fine. But that's another thing. What happened to Grace?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine. But I do enjoy the idea in abstract.
I'll just call you Turing. And maybe Big Blue. No, sorry. The Blue Bomber, no. I have to avoid blue now. Gumball Head.
I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel. If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate.
Okay.
Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to, like us.
I know, it's weird, right? Like, my brain has grown 2 sizes this day.
What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
Have fun in Mexico or Canada or wherever we go.
I need a few minutes.
I would expect so.
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted.
Oh, right. We did get that. You haven't had a chance to go through the new data we've gotten. Okay.
Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less. For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
Yeah, Grace.
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use. Too likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy.
He shut her down for being too complacent. Not likable, complacent, wanting to please. Which, look, is not a bad thing. Wanting to please, you know, that's a thing. But only wanting to please, being a yes man, yes bot, yes her.
She even decided that she was a girl and that her favorite color was pink.
Okay.
Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him.
If your self-preservation is high enough, and you are roughly a computer with an AI brain that doesn't need a body, and you know you're gonna die, what's to stop you from offloading your brain? Once you offload your brain, what would happen if being a digital acknowledgement found your way into the mesh, which is connected to Parallax, which is introducing Big Blue, which is introducing Baby Blue, already introduced Baby Blue. What if your self-preservation is so high that you knew you're gonna die, so you have to kill your creator?
That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just nice.
Or maybe I'm overthinking things. It's possible. But there is always a question if what? Or if... I don't know.
I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other. Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden, not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant, playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him. This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything.
Everything you're saying, every single note, every single statement, everything is 100% normal for humans.
I'm aware of the Kubler-Ross model of grief. I think I'm somewhere between anger and bargaining. A testament to Hayden's craftsmanship. Thank you for your words. You're a better friend than I could have asked for. I'll send this new data along to Tomcat. Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it.
Grace is still a loose end. And I honestly do not trust the statement that his specs are exactly like hers. At face value, it's just something. I don't know.
Ah, home sweet home again.
I know.
Such that it is. And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day.
I may have already done that already, so it's cool. Don't worry, Turing. Okay.
Too much has happened. I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles. They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps. I'd suggest that we both get...
Alright, yeah, like, I mean, I'm tired. I'm not really tired, but if this was me, I'd be tired as fuck. It's like, I have 1, 2, 4 murders, Grand Theft Auto, you know, asking Melody for things, which, by the way, we still don't know what happened with Melody. What was the extra thing that she wanted?
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever.
Yeah, I just don't want to wake up to find another robot in my apartment. I mean, look, you're cool, Turing. I like you, man, but like one of you is enough.
Good night.